Έλα παιδιά, τι λέει, what's up, χάθηκαμε. How you guys doing? It has been about a week and a half since our last episode of Feta Talks. I believe this is episode 8. And we're back. Μην νομίζετε ότι I was leaving you guys or something. I've been busier than usual the last week, 2 weeks, because had a lot of tests regarding my health and stuff going on, meetings with doctors, and as well, I finally got the okay from my yatri to go out. Start getting back to some sort of normalcy. So, I went on a couple drives last week after. So that's why it took a little bit longer than usual to come back to the vlogs. Αλλά γυρίσαμε. Επιστρέψαμε. We're here. So, on today's episode of Feta Talks, I want to talk about a subject that interests me a lot, and it has to do with business, entrepreneurship, and different types of ventures, risk taking, and all the stuff about, trying out different ideas when it comes to owning your own business, starting your own business venture, taking a small risk, small brands and this stuff. So, before I get into the specifics of my experiences, I just want to talk about kind of like the background, my inspiration. I don't know, stuff that in my life I've come across as have given me influences. Um, Most of all, regarding business and regarding life in general, what's inspired me is the fact that, the quote, live life with no regrets. And I think that the common misinterpretation of live life with no regrets is people don't want to make mistakes. People don't want to regret things. But that's where I think the biggest mistake is in not comprehending what that means. I think realistically, the biggest mistakes in people's lives and individuals' lives are the chances that they don't take. And that's not to sound cliche at all or whatever. Αλλά πηγαίνετε ρε παιδιά, speak with, someone, near the end of their life or start to go older. Ask them, what are your biggest regrets in life? And I guarantee you, 90% are going to say the things that they didn't do, the chances that they didn't take, the places they didn't go, the businesses they didn't start, the risks they didn't take. Because at the end of the day, αυτό θα σε τρώει ρε στο μυαλό σου, αυτό θα σε φάει. What you didn't do, the what if. If only I had. If I had gone here, if I had started that business. So that's why from like, I don't know, a young teenager, my mind was always with, whatever ideas I have and that I think is feasible, like time management wise, economically, in general, with my capabilities, with my connections, with my skills, I'm gonna do it. So let's get to it. What have I done in terms of small businesses or small risks or whatever? Well, there's three things that really stand out to me. Being a kind of entrepreneurial minded kind of guy, εγώ, παιδιά, ξέρω ποιος είμαι, I know my style, ξέρω τι τυπάς είμαι. I need, one day whenever I find my career route, I gotta work for myself. I mean, δεν γίνεται αλλιώς. I love getting things done, being as efficient as possible, but if you tell me to do something, I probably won't do it. If you ask me to do something, okay, I'll do it. But I was told by one of my coworkers back when I worked part-time doing university in an office, and they told me, Vasily, you're the funniest guy, man. If the boss tells you what to do, you'll be like, no, I'm not going to do it. Why? She thinks she's better than me. But if someone asks me, hey, can you do me a favor? I'll jump to do the favor. I don't know. Μήπως αυτό είναι, ξέρεις, τον Έλληνα μέσα μου. Maybe that's just who I am. But I don't know. All I know is that I like making the big shots, the big calls, and trying different things. So I've, experimented with a couple of entrepreneurial type, businesses or events in the past. And like I said, there's three big ones that have stood out to me. And that was, one, I started my own clothing line that lasted a year. I threw a Greek concert here in Toronto. And number three, I threw a yacht party. I'm gonna dig into each of these a little bit. So we'll start, with the clothing line. The clothing line was called Vasily Clothing. And this was near, the midway point of my university years. I was, I wanted to try to figure out, school wasn't, kala, school is school, you know what I mean? I was trying to find my way there. I was thinking about the future, what I want to do. I didn't know what I wanted to do, but I knew it was something business minded, business oriented. So I was like, let me think of something small enough, easy enough that I can start as a business, but mostly not to actually succeed and become a famous clothing designer, right? But I wanted to start something that I could grasp business concepts, paid advertising, demographic, target markets, how to target different demographics in different locations, track different genders, what kind of products, guys like, girls like, Greeks like, Canadians like, Americans like, all this different stuff. So I was like, you know what? Let's start a clothing line. So that lasted, the idea came in 2018. My website officially launched October 2018, and I decided to shut it down in October 2019, exactly a year. It was completely, a test, basically for me to kind of learn the ropes about business. And honestly, it did just that. It did not fail. Um, I ended with a profit overall after the 1 year mark, but decided that it completed its goal. It taught me what I wanted to learn about marketing, about creating websites, about creating social media pages, about how to manage content creation, all that stuff. And a lot of people were like, I must have failed, Vasily. You know why? You stopped after a year. And I was like, no, but it fulfilled its goal for me. And whether it failed and I lost $1,000, or I lost whatever amount of money, or whether I succeeded and made, hiladas de dólares or whatever, or if I broke exactly even, to me, it was a win-win situation. Because I've always had this thing inside of me where you have your whole life to make money. There will always be jobs. There will always be ways to make money. They say money doesn't grow on trees. No, but they don't stop printing it, okay? Δουλειές υπάρχουν, wherever you are in this world, okay? So what was valuable for me was the knowledge that I got to take in. So Vasily Clothing, like I said, lasted a year. I believe I had somewhere between 50 and 60 individual orders online, and I believe we went and sold in about 10 countries. The ones that I can remember off the top of my head that we received orders from were Canada, USA, Greece, Australia was probably the most supportive country by far, considering I've never been there too and stuff. Crazy. I'll shout out to Australus, down south, or down south, down under. And where else? It was worn in Vietnam, uh, the Netherlands, Albania, and I don't know, a couple other countries, okay? But for me to have a product, Vasily Clothing, a brand that I created, on my laptop, just, a 20-year-old guy, that was pretty crazy for me at the time, to see it being worn worldwide, to have shot, an advertisement, made the connections to be filmed in downtown Toronto and also one in Athens, Greece. Um, to put this business together, this brand that represented me, but represented the idea of what Vasily Clothing stood for, was really, really cool. And, people wanted to support it, people wanted to rock it, to wear it. So overall, it was just a learning experience. It was valuable. And I would never regret, not doing that. It was such an amazing opportunity to learn about manufacturing, about shipping, about marketing. So that was like one of the first businesses, and especially one of the small businesses that stand out in my mind. Number two was a Greek concert that I held, a concert in general, but it happened to be a Greek concert in March of 2018. This was done with me alongside two business partners, two friends of mine. And what we did is, the whole thing took about, I don't know, 6 months to a year, around, between talking with the artists in Greece who were, also friends, to talking and building the foundation with the guys here in Toronto, the business partners, to, coordinating finances, event venue bookings, tickets, marketing, everything. All in all, it took about, I'd say, 9 months, okay? From the summer to March of 2018, summer 2017 to 2018. Now, this was really cool because, again, this was an international situation, We were bringing three artists from Greece along with their sound engineer. So, four total artists from Greece to perform for a live show here in Toronto, Ontario, in the Greek town. And basically, what did I learn here? Again, my thing was, παιδιά, μπορούμε να χάσουμε λεφτά. Παιδιά, μπορούμε και να κάνουμε λεφτά. But it wasn't about that. It was about, taking the risk, a lot bigger risk, financially than the clothing line. And it's like, what are we gonna do? Are we in this for the money? Are we in this for the experience? Are we in it for the music? Honestly, as a DJ myself, my friends were really into music as well, the same kind. We were in it for the music, for the experience, for the opportunity to, live this experience of being an event host. At the end of the day, it was March 2018. We hosted just over 200 people. Very, very fun and successful nights. The singers were absolutely great. Shout out to our friends Zab Batist and Jackpot from Greece, as well as sound engineer Labro. They did a fantastic job keeping the crowd entertained. I DJ'd behind them all night. We had people dancing. We had people singing along. They were previewing new songs. The artists, bottles were being drank. It was a fun night overall. For sure one of the greatest experiences of my life. The adrenaline, let me tell you, was up. Running. We're talking sleepless nights the week of the concert, last minute ticket sales, organizing the hall, making sure sound check was going good, making sure the artists were happy, enjoying their first time. It was the first time in Toronto. And for, I believe, two of them, the first time outside of Europe in general. So we had to make it a good time. At the end of that concert, I believe we just about broke even. And again, so δεν είχαμε μεγάλο κέρδος, okay? But at the same time, anything that we learned during this, process of communicating with artists, of communicating with the event venues, it's more valuable than, anything I learned in school, in all honesty. Sorry. Yeah, sorry, York University. Sorry, Shulux και τέτοια. But what you learn by doing, by investing your own money, having your back against the wall, your money on the line, it's unmatchable. And after the success of this concert, that's what led in 2019 to the third event I'm going to bring up, and it was known as Feta Fest, which was a yacht party. It was a lot of fun. That was by far one of the greatest nights of my life. I mean, just the idea of hosting your own yacht party, who wouldn't love that? That was done with myself and one of my great friends, Panagiotti, a producer and beat maker. And we both just have a passion for music, a passion for friends and good times. And the inspiration from this really came from one party that I was DJing. That was an outdoor party. And it was, this huge, huge, huge backyard. They had set up like 40 tents. It was a sleepover overnight party. And I was like playing the CDM music, and I was like, outdoor events are really, really cool. What could I do in Toronto that's different though? Δεν θέλω να αντιγράφω what the other parties do. So I was like, you know what? A yacht party. Big risk, mind you, because if it rains, but luckily for us, it was sunny outside. That was August 30th, 31st of 2019. We sold about 160. No, we sold exactly 160 tickets. We had about, I want to say, 12 sponsors, different corporations around Greektown, around Toronto in general. I DJ'd the night. My business partner there handled all the running around, the communications for ticket sales, ticket designs, and all the tech type stuff. Gathering the playlists and requests from the people for me. And overall, that experience taught me about, when like-minded individuals work together. Because I would say that experience was really incorporated a lot of teamwork. Whether it was speaking with the yacht company, whether it was with the sponsors. That was the most sponsors that I ever dealt with. Working alongside my business partner, official partner. We had to have like perfect communication. A yacht party, you have lives on the boat. You have 160 lives here. You can't take this lightly, right? So overall, an amazing time. Feta Fest was awesome. Um, at the end of that experience, financially, it worked out great. We made a small quedos, but again, we couldn't lose. Win-win situation. A great night that we hosted. I DJ'd myself. Me and Pana had our names. It was known that we were the guys, you know, what were we, 19 and 20 years old, 2021, we threw this party, which guys already did that, And it wasn't about, oh, hijo me left out, because that's what wasn't it at all. It was that we were willing to take the risk. We said, it's going to cost us much money, you know. Do we got it? Do we not? We said, look, we got enough to risk it. If it fails, it fails. We got the rest of our lives in front of us. We got to be willing to take that risk, and we did at the end of the day. And honestly, again, one of the greatest nights of my life. But what I learned and took from the yacht party, the Greek concert, and the clothing line was that, rather than, I'm not really like a stock kind of guy investing, into other corporations and companies. I like that, the more you invest into yourself, the more you invest into your marketing, into your product, into your event, you can reap the rewards based on your performance. The more we market, the more tickets we sell. The more creative we are, the more attention we grab. The more research we do, the more target markets we're able to hit, the demographics, the genders, the populations, the languages. So honestly, great experiences. For sure, these three experiences have also been incorporated into, the DJ business I was running and continue to run, and hope to be running again in the future when I start doing my live events again. Que claro, you know, business is a funny thing. You'll win some, you'll lose some, but everything's an experience. And if you keep that positive mindset, I believe that, you know, you'll always succeed. Maybe not always financially, maybe not always attendance wise, but if you take from your losses, you learn from your losses, and then you obviously succeed. Take from the times you succeed. The knowledge, the wisdom, the experience. Experience is more valuable than anything, right? Attached at the end of this video, I'm going to show videos of the advertisements, the two that we did for the clothing line, Vasily Clothing, the one from Toronto, Canada, and the one from Athens, Greece. I'm also going to attach the recap video that my videographer business partner had made for the Greek concert, Apostolos Films and Screwface Films together on that concert. And then lastly, I'm going to show the recap, again, Apostolos Films and Screwface Films, from Feta Fest 2K19. Hopefully there's another one coming to Choronu. So, you never know. Maybe a private jet, maybe another yacht. I don't know. Maybe a yacht in Mykonos. But we will be doing something. When I'm back to full health and society's back to normal, expect that I'm going to be taking a lot of risks, business-wise. I'm going to be experiencing, and at the end of the day, I'm going to be living life, because that's what life's about, right? Making experiences, making memories. At the end of the day, we only go with our experiences, and, our names are left there. So why not go out with a bang? Live your life to the fullest every single day. Take those chances. And that's what my recommendation would be to everyone. Take those chances. You want to start a business for fun? Do it. You want to start a business to make profit? Do it. You want to take a risk, and go on an adventure? Do it. Whether it's business, whether it's life, take the risks. That's what I learned. And it's paid off in wisdom, in value, in honestly excitement for the future and for hosting future events. So, pues ya, from episode number 8 of Feta Talks, tatapuma, and enjoy these following videos. Bye.
I like to party. I like to party. Party.
Δεν ταιριάζουμε καθόλου τελικά εμείς οι δύο. Εσύ να βγαίνεις έξω και εγώ στο ψυχιατρίο. Να μου φέρεις εντεμή, πότε ζέστη πότε κρύο. Κάνεις τη ζωή μου ένα κακό γουστό αστείο. Καθόλου δεν ταιριάζουμε, δεν σε χρειάζομαι. Και με τα ψέματα σου δεν παραμυθιάζομαι. Πρόσεξε μια μέρα ξαφνικά μη κάνω μπαμ. Τη σχέση μας να μετατραπεί σε Βιετνάμ.
Δεν σ' αγαπάει όπως εγώ, αυτό θυμήσου. Ούτε μου φέρεσαι σωστά. Ένας ολόκληρος στρατός δεν με κρατάει. Τρελαίνομαι στη σκέψη πως σε ακουμπάει. Πες του, 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 πες του. Σαββάτο στο μπαρ με έναν άλλο αγκαλιά που χορεύες προκλητικά.
Togliamo una per darci, ma se ne arriva a marci.